We've been asked the question, what's the difference between 12 volt and 24 volt LED strip? I'll tell you now, it's 12 volts, Gordon.
Oh, well done, Gary, well done. Numerically correct, but actually that voltage difference has a big impact on the current flowing through the LED strip. Let's have a look at the formula for that. So, if you remember, P equals power equals the current times the voltage.
Okay, yes.
You arrange that so we know that the current equals the power divided by the voltage.
Right.
Take an example of a LED strip that's 10 watts per meter. They can be higher, they can be lower.
Okay, let's make the maths easy, stick with 10.
Yeah, stick with 10. So, at 10 watts per meter, running at 12 volt DC, the current in the strip is 0.83 amps. Step up to 24 volts DC, that changes to 0.416 amps.
Okay, so how does that benefit the installation that we've done? So if we install a 24 volt LED strip, what's the benefit to the user?
Okay, so the big difference comes in when you start thinking about the voltage drop along a long length of LED strip,
okay,
or perhaps if you've located your driver some distance away from the installation of the LEDs, you might put them in a cupboard or a plant room or something like that.
And what's the problem with the volt drop in the LED strip when we get into the end of it?
Okay, so watch our video where we specifically look at that problem, but obviously the light output from the LEDs themselves can be very susceptible to the voltage they receive.
Right.
So if we have a long LED strip, you might have 12 volts at the start. As you go further down the strip, the voltage starts dropping because of volt drop, and hence the light output starts dropping.
Okay, so that's an advantage for using 24 volt LED strip. Is there any advantage for using the 12?
Okay, so then when you look at the construction of the strip itself, 12 volt LED strip tends to have fewer LEDs between those cut points.
Okay, so if I had a shorter length of which I want LED strip in and I want to make a cut point really close to where I needed it, probably the 12 volt one would be more beneficial at that stage?
Yes, but it does depend upon the manufacturer.
Okay.
There's a huge variance of product out there. The one we've got in front of us here has the LEDs, 3 LEDs on the 12 volt strip, and they're 50 millimeters between the cut points.
Okay, yeah, quite frequent.
Compared between this Osram strip we have here that has actually 7 LEDs between the cut point. It is actually more efficient, but we're not looking at that in this video. That's 100 millimeters between the cut points.
Okay, so 12 volt LED strip might be used where you've got to make a frequent short cut piece of LED, which removes the problem about the volt drop and resistance that we also talked about, and maintaining that light level as well.
Yes.
Is there a way around it with the 24 volt LED strip to get a more frequent cut point?
There is. So we bring in this short pitch LED, which short pitch actually means the LEDs are closer together. And you'll notice on this one, there's now 6 LEDs between those 50 millimeter cut points.
So we get the benefits of both with short pitch. So we're at 24 volts, so we've got not as many issues with volt drop, and therefore the light output dropping. But with the short pitch, we get those more frequent cut points as well.
Yeah.
So as always, eFIXX are interested in your LED strip installations. So please make sure you leave those comments below. What type of LED strip do you like to install? Are you a 12 volt or a 24 volt installer of LED strip? As well as checking out those other videos on the channel that also cover the things that we've just mentioned in this video. We'll get back to as many of those comments as we can, and we'll see you on the next video.